Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do your monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Pisces. And I was going to try to go through Aries through and move forward through the zodiac, but I'm kind of going through the zodiac in reverse. I had skipped Pisces because I was going to try to move forward and start with Aries, but didn't happen. So I know I'm posting kind of out of order, but there you go. I try to record when I can, and I am letting everybody know I am accepting donations at this time. I am trying to move back to Ellensburg, Washington, and eventually want to get some new camera equipment, lighting equipment, and pay someone to do some editing of my videos. So that's something. If you wanna donate, it's very much appreciated at this time. Even if it's a small amount, it doesn't matter if it's like $10. I don't care. It's really helpful, and it'll help pay for the move back. The move here was really expensive, and the move back is going to be very expensive too. So that's what's kind of going on. And yeah, I am still offering private readings. I'm also still offering split payments. So if you want to do a private reading, you're going to want to email me. You can DM me your PayPal address and I'll send you an invoice. Or you can check out my website, oracledaphne.com, which does go through, it's like 3 steps to setting up a reading. Just note that if you do email me without a payment coming through, I won't schedule and I won't respond. So I don't have time anymore to respond 20 emails per reading. It's just too much. I don't do this full time anymore. I used to, but that's kind of where I'm at. So just gonna lay out a spread, see where we're at with things. This is for Pisces. You got some interesting stuff here, Pisces. Honestly, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out some of the cards that are making sense and then shuffle again and lay out another spread. Sometimes this happens. This used to happen a lot when I was reading full time. Basically, I'm the kind of person that if I don't understand a spread, if it's too complicated, then I'll redo it. It has to have some kind of story. There is no story here. Well, okay, so the story looks like you leave or you move away kind of before you're ready, and then you move back or something. We have the 7 of Cups. This is probably in the middle of June. It could be at the beginning of June. Could be even towards the end of June, but I'm getting more towards the middle for some of you. The 7 of Cups in reverse is about moving before you saved up, moving because you have to rather than because you want to. But it's also... It's almost like it's very similar to the what I call the leap of faith card in reverse, which is the universe forces you to take a leap of faith before you're ready. So this is moving before you're really fully ready. Maybe you don't have the money saved up 100%, or maybe not everything's packed and you just kind of throw it together, or you move and for some reason it's not you're 100% together on it. You're not solid on it. To me, the month of June feels really not solid for you Pisces at all. From what I'm seeing in this spread that I laid out, it's not solid. I don't see any earth cards whatsoever in the upright position. I got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. See what I'm saying? So this is what I'm talking about. So 7 of Pentacles Seven of Cups in reverse. So there's some maybe complications or problems even with the move. Sometimes this is like, oh, this is funny. Okay, no, the reason I'm laughing is because this happened to me. This happened to me several times. I've moved, 23 times. So this is like moving during a retrograde, and I think there's a retrograde in June. I don't know exact dates. I know that there's we go into retrograde at some point in June, or I know we're in retrograde shadow in June. If you move during a retrograde in June, there will be problems. Usually, you'll end up moving again. When I moved, when Mercury was exact retrograde, I ended up moving again like 2 months later. And that was really rough. That was a really rough move. So to me, this could be like a rough move. It's like you move, but then for whatever reason, maybe there's problems. It could be relationship problems or like problems with the apartment or with the house or whatever it is, wherever it is you're going. There may be some problems around it. Then the outcome is like, okay, so we have this cow. Okay, so this is not a tarot card. This is like a greeting card that I cut up. Okay, and the cow in the upright means leaving. Okay, and to me the cow represents Nebraska. And in the reverse, it means staying. Okay, so we got the cow in reverse, which means staying as the outcome. Some of you may live in the Midwest or Nebraska, but to me, this is trying to settle down. So like, again, it's very conflicting messages because we have this moving card, which may be kind of rough, but then it's like you trying to stick it out, or you staying or trying to settle down. There is something about the move being, or spending a lot at this time, Pisces. Some of you may move, but then move back. Some of you may be leaving Nebraska and then coming back. Some of you may be just moving in general and having problems with the move or like struggling. Some of you may be moving because you have to, and it's, not 100%, and it's stressful, but then it's like there's an element of moving out again or moving again. So within a short period of time. So if you were to move in June, you will be moving again. Most likely. That's what I feel. I would also not recommend getting married in the month of this month. Those of you who are thinking about getting married in June, I would not get married in June. That's my advice. Okay, so you do have the Tower in reverse, okay, coming in from the outside. So this is like a major deal. These are the things that I'm seeing from this spread, okay? And I want to talk about the Tower in reverse because the Tower in reverse is a lot about having a sense of insecurity, not feeling grounded, not feeling stable. Like being in a constant state of flux where nothing that you do seems to stick. Sort of like when I was younger, like I really wanted to like lock things down. Like I had a whole thing about locking things down. And I laughed. because from that point on, it was like the harder I tried to lock things down, the more things slipped from my grasp. And it was just like, they say that life is a work in progress. And I feel like your life in June is going to be a serious work in progress. And it may feel like the more you try to lock things in, the harder it's going to get. But the Tower in reverse is where I was in a constant state of moving, in a constant state of looking for a job, looking for an apartment, looking for a job. If I wasn't looking for a job, I was looking for an apartment. If I wasn't looking for the apartment, I was looking for the job. It was like that constant state of that time in my life where it was like nothing I did stuck. At least, and I couldn't get it to stick no matter what. And part of it has to do with you needing to be where you're supposed to be. And part of it is just the nature of life itself. And part of it, it's like it depends on how old you are too. You may be having some astrological factors where it's like, depending on where Saturn is right now for you, it may just be that Saturn is pushing you to where you need to be. But yeah, it's like this, to me, this Tower is this constant state of flux. I feel like June is very slippery. It's like you may go to put like a down payment on a house, and for whatever reason it's already sold to somebody else. You may go to like apply to something, or they may call you. They say, okay, I think we're gonna hire you, and then you go in and it's not what you're expecting at all, and like you quit 2 days later. Or they say that they're gonna hire you and then they don't hire you. There's a lot of slippery slopes here, I would say, with this. And for some of you, the Tower in reverse is living at a hotel. And I hate to say this, oh my God, it's showing me this. I lived at a hotel for all of November of 2016, for those of you who've watched my channel. And I recorded at that time, which kind of blows my mind, because where I was in my life, I don't necessarily think I should have been recording. But regardless, some of you may end up living in a hotel for a short period of time. You may not really know what to do. You may be really trying to figure things out. And it's a very serious time for a lot of people. And I feel like for some of you, it's very serious. And the Tower in reverse is no joke. The Tower in reverse is major, major, major deal. Major things happening. It could be family related. It could be friend related. But this is like a major deal. So I take June very seriously for you, Pisces. I really would use, tales of caution here, tales of caution. We pulled the Moon card in reverse. To me, this is losing your heart to someone who doesn't deserve it. Giving it all away, losing everything. Being lost for a long period of time. I feel like it's very important for you, Pisces, wherever you are in your journey, my guide is showing me yoga, meditation. Some of you don't really understand what that's going to do for you. So let me break it down for you. If you can't get settled or settle down enough to have some stability in June, you're going to have some real problems. Real problems. This is serious. So I don't like being this kind of messenger, but this is what I'm seeing. It's really rough. In the sense that, like, my guide's saying it's a directionless story. You're going around, it's like you've been going around in circles for way too long. And you need to make some decisions. But it's like, for whatever reason, the choices that you're making are poor choices, or the choices that you make have a domino effect. To me, the Tower is a domino effect. And it is a little bit of like vertigo, what I call vertigo, where it's anxiety. It's like being overwhelmed. It's like, being so fearful that you don't take the action steps. Whatever action steps you are taking, to me, it's like you're headed in the wrong direction. Whatever steps you're not taking, you haven't taken any action steps for a really long time, and you need to take some action steps that are healthy, that are positive, that are good. You do have the Seven of Swords crossing you, so this is cheating. Either if you're in a relationship, your partner is cheating. I hate to tell you this, but that's the situation. If you're a guy in a relationship to a girl, the girl's cheating. If you're a girl in a relationship to a guy, the guy is cheating. If it's girl, guy, then they're cheating. Some of you have been like in a long-term affair too. Long-term affair. Where it's like you should have stopped a long time ago, but you didn't. I think that's the message. I actually think the message of this reading is that you should have stopped a long time ago, doing whatever it is that you're doing. And it needs to It just needs to stop. You just need to stop doing what you're doing. I'm going to see if there's anything else. I want to use my other deck because I feel like for those of you who are on a very strongly spiritual path, you may have a hard time with these messages. I'm not trying to scare you more. Some of you are very overly fearful. You're overly fearful. Some of you aren't taking those action steps that are needed, and it is necessary to take action steps at this time. You can't live in a bubble 100% of the time, and at the same time, you can't live in fairy tale 100% of the time. So we have the fairy tale and we have the bubble. We have the person who's just not doing anything because they're so afraid if they do something, it's going to cause a catastrophe, which isn't the case. But the thing is like nothing is, for those of you where nothing has happened for a long period of time, the universe is going to force it. The Tower Reverse is no freaking joke. The Tower Reverse is where major things are occurring and major things are happening because you're not in the where you're supposed to be, in the sense that yes, we're all where we're supposed to be, but like the universe wants you to, your soul wants to grow. The universe wants you to do more. The universe is like, you can do better than this, and you will. A lot of you need healing. Maybe distance healing. Some of you are just like along for the ride. You're letting maybe your partner or somebody else make all the decisions, and that's not healthy. And there's also this element of like, you get the blind enthusiasm card, which is like going into something and not being 100% or not being 100% true to yourself. It's like being like overly enthusiastic that everything's going to work out, but not really like making that the case. In order for things to work out, in order for that to like solidify, you have to like know in your heart that that's what you want. It's like a child's perspective. I'm getting so excited going into something without really knowing the dangers or what could happen. It's on one hand it's positive, on the other hand it's negative. It depends on like what you're getting yourself into. From what I'm seeing in this reading, in my opinion, you're not headed in the direction that you need to be. So you're getting excited about stuff, but you're not really understanding like the reality of the situation. You got the roller coaster card. Those of you who are like thinking or hoping that there's this one like guy, like some of you are interested in like wanting to know about a guy specifically, they're not the one. They are not like that person that you're going to end up with. Some of you, there is a person out there, but you have not met them yet. You got the Healing Crisis and Purging card, which is about releasing stuff like emotional stuff that's like locked in you. Some of you, this is like a car accident that like unlocks it. It's like the only way to unlock it. For some of you, it's like someone rubbing you the wrong way, and then you get angry, and then you make up after. I feel like things will turn out much better later in time. June is a rough, rocky road. There will be things that happen later in time. I do feel like there's someone that you may be letting your wall down with or letting your guard down with too, as I see that as being positive. I do feel like there's like a breakthrough that comes through after any kind of tragedy. So say a car accident does happen, or say something negative like that happens, something is positive is going to come through after it. It's very interesting. After the, it's going to be hard for me to talk about this, but after this, the guy that I moved here for passed away. I got a really good job. And I had been looking for that really good job for a really long time. And I think breakthroughs can happen when you open up. You open up. Opening up can happen through forced situations. So like every time you move, it's an opening. Every time you quit something, it's an opening. So I don't know. To me, there's like some openings, some bright light, some bright spots here that I'm seeing that are going to be coming through for you, and not necessarily in June, but they're going to be coming through for you, and I do like to see that. Some of you do get the baby spirits card, so some of you are going to be getting pregnant, and or some of you really want to get pregnant. So I just see that, and or some good news that comes your way. Okay, I'm going to pull some charms. I'm going to see what we get here for the charms. Okay, so you got it says be a light. So someone's being a light for you, or it is possible that you're being a light for someone else. Pisces, the light charm is a little bit tricky because here's the thing. On my journey, there was one place that I moved to in particular where I moved there only because the owner's friend really needed me. She really needed some healing. She needed a reading. She needed to talk to someone. She had some hard stuff. She had some real problems. And I honestly think the only reason I ended up moving to that location, to that one spot, was because I did that reading for that one person. Being a light is hard because you kind of have to be where the universe needs you to be. It's being a little bit of a pawn. I hate to say this again, but it's hard. And sometimes people don't like you. And sometimes you get into situations and people hate on you because you're different, because you're trying to shine the light. Being different is hard. So that's coming up in this charm. You also got this, I think of this as like a hook. It's part of a necklace, actually. It's like a piece. It's like a plastic piece. It's part of a necklace. It represents a hook that someone has in you. Not all hooks are dark hooks. This could be a dark hook for some of you, and for others, it's just a hook. So if you're in a relationship, there's a hook that someone has in you, and it makes it really difficult to leave. It makes it really difficult to move on. It makes it really difficult to be you. And they can take your energy that way. Now, you may have a hook into somebody else. If you're watching for Pisces, they may have a hook into you. Possible. You also got this anchor. It's like a little anchor charm, which to me is like the epitome of this whole reading. The whole reading to me is about you needing to put the anchor down. I feel like some of you are trying, but like you're putting the anchor down in the wrong spot. So I feel like you're building your house, my guy said, you're building your house upon the sand, upon something that is not stable. If you choose to build your house in the sand, the minute something happens, it washes away. So I would think carefully about, where you choose to build your house, which is metaphorical, right? Where you choose to put your energy, put your effort. I think that's all for now. Thank you guys so much for being loyal fans, subscribers, and followers. This was a hard one. Libras was hard too. There's a lot going on right now. So if you do want a reading, definitely reach out. I wish you guys all the best. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Definitely click the bell if you haven't done that already. That way you get notified when I do post my readings. All right, talk to you guys later. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.